guys, it's Holly here at Faces, and today I am with the lovely Kirsty, who is the CEO and founder of Envy Aesthetics and Wellness Clinic. Kirsty, thank you so much for coming on and speaking with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. So just to kick things off, let's go through, let's have a talk about your business then. So how did it all start and how did you get your business to where it is today?
Well, basically, it was something that I was always interested in. I've been nursing over 20 years and it was always something that I had a keen eye on. The opportunity arose for me in the beginning of 2020. Of course, not long after that, COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it was devastating. Couldn't do anything, but I made the most of it and decided that I was going to get more qualifications. So whenever the world opened up again, I would have more treatments and more things to be able to offer to my clients.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. And then from there, where did you go?
Basically, it became some sort of nearly like a contagious disease. It just really triggered some sort of deep inner want in me. And I just decided that every month I started applying for new academies, trying to do new treatments, trying to find out what the demand was out there, because I live in a small town outside two big cities, Belfast, Derry, Londonderry, and there wasn't a lot of the things that I wanted to offer available here, or if there was, it was very expensive because they were city prices. Yeah. So I decided that I was going to try and tap into that niche at a competitive rate. And as far as I'm aware, there's a lot of aesthetics businesses in my town, but they don't all offer the same a variety of treatments. So I decided that I was going to start getting qualified in these different areas. Yeah. So I now at the minute stands at 51 treatments in my clinic.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of treatments. Oh my goodness. So what do you find are the most popular treatments for you? Because and do you want to talk a bit about sort of the demographic of your clients as well, and sort of how they tie in together?
Well, it varies from 18 to 75. So there is a massive age gap. Of course, the younger ones are all into their lip fillers and cheek fillers and defining their jaw and facial contouring. And of course, the older generation want to look younger. So they're in for the non-invasive facelifts, which is a lunchtime procedure with very little downtime. And they walk in looking 75 and walk out looking maybe 65. So there's a massive improvement. And I love doing what I do because you can just see their confidence oozing from whenever they leave the clinic.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, one of the questions I was going to ask was what do you love the most about what you do? Would you say that's kind of the main thing for you?
Yeah. It's not just, I don't just offer an aesthetic environment. It's nearly like a small counselling clinic. So everybody comes in, you get to know them, you develop a really good rapport. They become really good friends because they keep coming back because they love the banter, they love the crack. They vent, they're in this safe haven and they start to tell you things that they maybe wouldn't tell anybody else. And they know that it's not going to go any further because I'm a nurse. I've got confidentiality, so it stays within my clinic.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel better. You walk away and you feel like you've actually done something. You're grateful for what you've achieved that day because you've made somebody feel better. It's just making that small difference can make somebody else feel so much better in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not all just about the physical aspect, like you've said, you know, booking in with you and coming to the clinic and sitting on the couch and being able to vent and talk about what's going on in life. That's the whole package, isn't it? It's not just coming and, you know, feeling amazing from the treatment. It's actually sort of using that time as like a time for them, because you know everyone has busy lives and you know people might be struggling at work, they might be having a really difficult home life, and that one appointment can be like the one thing. Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the reasons why I started the wellness clinic as well, because a lot of the clients that were coming in were middle-aged, and obviously we all know what happens whenever we start to become perimenopausal and then menopausal. Your life just changes. You have a sudden reduction in estrogen and progesterone. Your moods change. You've got irritability, you've stress, you've anxiety, things you've never maybe even considered experiencing before, and all of a sudden it's knocking at your door and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? So I decided, right, there was definitely a niche here that I needed to tap into. We don't have any local availability for menopause treatment. So I looked into getting trained in a wellness clinic, and I also offer counselling services and referral services for people that are going through menopause, or even men that are going through difficult times as well.
Yeah.
So trying to tap into that to offer a service that wasn't accessible within a short traveling distance. We would have to travel maybe an hour and a half to
Yeah.
get everywhere to help us with that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's amazing. So do you find that, alongside the wellness clinic, there are specific treatments which kind of you offer in conjunction with that, or is it very much kind of separate in that sense?
There is the wellness clinic I do. I work for the Shaw Group, which offers rapid point of care blood tests and DNA and epigenetics as well. So the rapid point of care are private blood tests that you can get done. So say, for instance, you're suffering from fatigue or irritability or insomnia, difficulty sleeping, then we can do a list of different blood tests that comes back and it tells us that you've got a deficiency. I also offer the vitamin injections and the vitamin drips. So I can also help promote and enhance your lifestyle by offering those type of treatments as well.
Yeah.
So it's just, I wanted something that was a one-stop shop. You come, you get your bloods tested, the results come back. I can discuss either referring you on, take the report to your GP if you want to go down that line, then you can take the report back. You can discuss it all with them. They can then refer you on, or I can do my private referrals to other people within the industry, nearly like a multidisciplinary team.
Yeah, amazing. That's fantastic. It's so much more than just aesthetics then, isn't it? It's literally about changing someone's life and, the mental impact as well.
It's
Not just the way that
massive.
they look.
It's all about you taking control of your health as well and well-being. Mental health is a massive, massive, massive contributor to lots of different things, to your job, to your lifestyle. And if, once you tap into that and you start to help people, it changes everything for everybody. It's the small things that can make a massive impact.
Yeah, amazing. And do you feel like that's sort of always been ingrained in you since obviously being a nurse for so many years?
It probably has. I have firsthand experience. I have a brother who's a lot of mental health problems. So it's always been there in the background. And I've watched him suffer. I've watched my parents suffer trying to look after him as well. And in Northern Ireland, we don't have an awful lot of mental health facilities. So it's nice to be able to get involved in that and help other people. So I don't want people to feel alone, that they can't cope, they can't do things. I want them to know that the door is open and I can help them get referrals. At least I can try to help them and hopefully make them improve their lifestyle and cope better.
Yeah.
So it definitely is something. As a nurse, obviously, we're always putting our patients first and we want what's best for them.
Of course. No, that's amazing. It sounds like you've made an incredible impact on your local town, definitely. With regards to kind of the Faces app then, so I know you've been with Faces for quite some time. Obviously, you use Faces to help run your business. How has Faces had a positive impact on your business in terms of running everything?
I love it. It is a one-stop shop. Everything is under one app. You've got your consent forms, your aftercare, any products or things that you need. I've got a really good prescriber as well, and he is absolutely amazing. You just send him a message, it's sorted. Your product's here within 2 or 3 days. I cannot complain about it, and I am always promoting it to every other practitioner that I know. Have you tried this yet? It's so efficient. It saves so much time. It's just one click and you're done.
Yeah, exactly. And just like your clinic is a one-stop shop, so is Faces. So it's kind of go hand in hand together. Do you use your affiliate link if you're recommending us?
No, I haven't actually.
So I'll just tell you about this, and then anyone else who's listening can also access theirs. So are you able to get your app up in front of you?
Yep, I have
I'll show you how you can access it. So this is for if you're recommending Faces to anyone. So go to your dashboard and go to settings.
Yeah.
And then go down to make money from Faces.
Okay.
So that is your individual affiliate link. So if you recommend Faces to anyone, even if they've already signed up, but they're not really using it, send them your affiliate link. Once they click on that, they'll be automatically affiliated with you. So they can either just click on it if they're already signed in, or if they haven't signed up, they can sign up through that link. And that means that every time they purchase on the pharmacy, you'll receive 1% back on everything that they purchase forever.
Very good.
So yeah. So since you're recommending us, which obviously we're grateful for, obviously it's just a way that we can give back to you. And 1% sounds like not a lot, but if you think some people are placing £500 orders at a time, it does add up, and that's obviously forever. So once you've got that affiliation with you, once they've got it with you, you'll be getting money back. So any link that you've got on Faces, just send it all to them. Be like, guys, just click on this link for me. And yeah, it certainly does add up. So yeah, just a little tip there.
That's good.
With regards to kind of the regulations which are being talked about at the moment, obviously nothing is set in stone as of yet, but we have had some kind of announcement regarding the traffic light system. I know things can be slightly different in Ireland, but what are your thoughts on everything regarding that?
Initially, when there's been talk about this now for about 18 months or more, and it was very scary at the start, but the more I've read into it, the more I understand why they're doing it. There's an awful lot of pop-up aesthetic shops, and all of a sudden they're offering Botox 3 areas for 70 quid, and you can't even get a script and the product for 70 pounds. So where they're getting their stuff from is beyond me. I do agree with it because I do believe that it will offer some sort of safety for not just the practitioners but the patients as well. Yeah. They know that they're coming to a regulated clinic, which means we've had to go through all the processes in order to get this regulation or license or qualification. So they know, right, this place is safe. They know what they're doing. They're qualified. I know there's a lot of talk at the minute between non-medics and medics as well. And I'm a nurse, so I'm a medic, but I know an awful lot of non-medics are equally as talented as medics.
Yeah.
I don't know about this supervising with injectables. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think it's maybe like a slap in the face for them when they've paid all this money to get qualified and then it's kind of been ripped away from them.
Yeah.
It's belittling them in a way. I do think that when you've got a certain amount of experience, then there should be no sort of supervision, because there's a lot of beauticians out there and non-medics that are possibly better than me. And I'm not going to stand there and dispute that they have to do this. I do agree with the regulations to a point. I do think that it will enhance safety and hygiene within practice.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's very vague what they've said about the clinical supervision. You know, what does that mean? Does that mean that a medical practitioner needs to be there overseeing everything you're doing? Does it mean you just need to have access to a medical professional, so like a prescriber? Does that medical professional actually need to be trained in aesthetics? Because that's another thing, you know.
How can you supervise if you don't know what you're doing?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it is very vague, but I think obviously it is a really important time because the government are asking for everybody's opinions on what they think, which I think is great. So, you know, this might be totally scrapped and it's probably going to be something different, but I think at least we can
be different. I think everybody needs to come and sing from the same hymn sheet. Everybody needs to support one another. At the end of the day, this is in the best interest of the practitioner and the client. The end of the day, it's there for protection, it's there for safety. So there has to be something done to regulate the practice. I just hope that it doesn't cause an awful lot of conflict between people, because that's not what the intentions are.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, at least if people are putting the patient first, which as they should be, you know, and safeguarding their patients, that is the utmost, you know, important thing about performing these treatments, isn't it? So we'll just have to see, and you know, we can have another conversation when more announcements are released. But obviously you offer a real wide range of treatments. Do you have anything else that you are currently looking to train in or that you've got coming up?
Got a couple of little things under my belt at the minute.
Oh, can you tell us?
Not at the minute. I always want to push myself, because at the end of the day, your grey matter needs to be used, otherwise you lose it. So I'm always trying to educate myself, because aesthetics changes all the time. The research changes, the products change, techniques change. So it's really important that I am up to date. Yeah. So I'm always trying to advance myself. It's in the best interest of my client as well. Yeah. I want to be as competitive as possible, but I also want to offer them the best variety and the best form of treatments out there.
Yeah. Exactly. And you can never do enough training, can you?
No, you can't. It's the same as nursing. It's always evolving. Things change all the time. New things come into place. So it's about upping your skill and providing the best practice for your patients and for yourself, because sometimes if you don't use the skill, you forget, you lose it. So it's important to refresh yourself as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, completely agree with you. Well, thank you so much for coming on and speaking to me, Kirsty. It's been lovely. We will send you this when it's been edited, so you can use it for your own social media purposes if you'd like to. But I will drop you an email and get all of your links from you as well, just so we can post you and promote your booking link as well. Is that all right?
Perfect. Thanks very much.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak soon.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.